Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome yourself to another episode of the Blind Counter Podcast. I am your host with most, the Offset, aka Big Bob here today. I'm also joined here today by my co-host and executive producer, the GOAT of entertainment, the DJ, the Mr. Do-It-All, Mr. AKIIRA AMANE. How you doing today, Mr. Amane? How you been?
Hey, been good, bro. We've been going down memory lane before the show. We're on that little late night tonight, but it's been good, been good. Definitely a Monday. How about you, bro?
Absolutely, dude. It's been quite a Monday for me with work, and then obviously taking care of things around the house and whatnot after the weekend. So, you know the vibes, man. Adulting is getting to the best of us. The best of us.
Yes. Hey, we learning still. It's crazy. I thought we learned it all already.
Yeah,
Nope.
seems like something new every day. Um,
Seriously.
but yeah, man. Other than that, long weekend of Call of Duty and a lot of updates in between the last time we got together here. So yeah, man, lots of stuff here. Anything new for you? Anything new popping up before we get into it?
Got a new MacBook, so the shorts will be
Ooh,
coming out hopefully a little quicker. This thing is crazy fast. Hype for that. Hype to get the music set up and just I mean, the laptop I had served me well, but it was time. So yeah, just other than that, hype to May coming up, dude. We are about to be busy. We got DreamHack. We got
ooh,
all kinds of stuff.
absolutely, yeah. So Bam Blam's not going to be joining us on this episode here. He had to get caught up on some personal things and whatnot. So it's just going to be
Yep.
the original duo here, the Cobby special. But yeah, DreamHack's going to be an absolute movie there towards the end of May. So I'm excited to see everyone out there tuning, listening, watching wherever you guys are. So I'm ready to see everyone out there. I'm ready to get back into some COD IRL shit.
That new vlog.
Absolutely, that vlog's going to be hitting diffy.
That's the
Um,
that's the whole fun of it too. Is like that new one. Put it right back in the front of the YouTube. There you go.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we can just jump right into some Call of Duty now. Let me get over to the desktop. Oh, we already got the desktop version up. All right, well, cool. Well, first thing up on the chopping block here, we've got Rokkr officially signing Kenny to the roster here after he was dropped from the Optic roster here. So, um, good
That's
good stuff
Wasn't he
there.
supposed to go to Carolina? I wonder what happened. Like, apparently they're a shit org when it comes to the back end. No disrespect, but if someone said that about me, I'd want to know why. But it seems to be a theme amongst players. So I'm wondering, the team and everything, obviously, we'll probably get into it, but it definitely fits Kenny, and I'm glad to see he's, seemed to be doing a lot better.
Yeah, I'm just glad he was back in the mix so soon. You know, I'm glad he
Yeah,
was able to get
yeah,
back
for
into
real.
it for real. But yeah, man. So Kenny going to Rokkr here, and then also we've got Vegas Falcons
Ooh.
announcing that they've got Pred joining their roster here. So let's go into his announcement.
I miss Bondi, bro.
Yeah, I'll
But I'm
join for
here, I got a bag.
2.5 million.
Yeah, that's all I need to pay off my debt. You pay off my debt, I play for you. That's great. I love you, Fred. I'm just playing. Them shoes are fire.
Absolutely. So we've got Pred's announcement video going crazy there for the Vegas Falcons, and then on top of that, they've also added Arcides and Priesta to the starting roster here. So it's going to be Pred, Exnid, Priesta, and Arcides now moving forward for the Vegas Falcon roster here. So I know it was supposed to be rumored to be Prolute instead of Priesta, but I'm not sure what might have happened in between the mix there. But yeah, Priester now joining back as well. What are your initial thoughts when you see this roster here?
I mean, I see rings all around Exnid, but it's a pretty crazy lineup, to be honest. Like, I don't know about Priesta. I mean, ever since the only thing ever saw him do in the last few years was that snap on Fortress by stage when we were at the major.
Yeah,
That was the only cool thing, the only like standout thing. But I mean, we'll see. I feel like once they get more chemistry going on, and Exton obviously is a shooter, that's why they kept him. I feel like they're going to do more of a Saudi thing in the amateur scene. They already are, but maybe bolster that. But yeah, Pred's cool. Arcides, I mean, he's been winning everything in challengers, so that makes sense. And he's back in the league. We'll see. But it's just weird seeing him in like green and black from phase days and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, Priesta's the one for me, honestly. It'd be Priesta, obviously, then Arcides after that. But who do you go for right now? You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And then I also tweeted when I saw this too, saying that I wasn't too excited about this roster, but it was definitely an upgrade. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's just all I can take away from from this roster here,
You
from
know what
what
I
they were able
see?
to get on available.
Is
What happened?
Pred wearing his optic chain? Is he tucking the optic
Oh
chain?
my God, could you imagine? Could you
Bruh,
imagine? That'd be hilarious if he was.
that's crazy. But
And
yeah,
he's
nah,
wearing
his
his ring
pockets.
behind it.
Damn, that's crazy. He was just on stage with them.
Yeah, that is crazy. But yeah, so that's going to be the new Vegas roster moving forward as well. Then also into some other news, Tyler Fellow back in the mix as well, and is now joining LAG. So good stuff there. Good stuff there.
Going to
Um,
Dallas. Okay.
yeah, so we can just jump right into here. So we can get right into the matches here. And first up on the chopping block was the first series here, which was Vegas Falcons versus the Vancouver Surge, and this was a 3-0 victory for the Vancouver Surge here. They played the Hardpoint, Red Card, Search and Destroy on Dealership, and the Vault Control. Anything that you want to speak about on this series here?
I mean, expected, but Surge was going crazy, and it's weird compared to what we see later on in the weekend. But I mean, kind of, yeah. You would new team, the chemistry, like I said a little bit ago, like still working on it, where to be, what to do. I really, low key, bro. I think like Pred's a good player right now, but like, do you think he's still fucking up somehow?
I mean, I can see an argument where he's kind of playing more like
For
kill
himself,
whoring
and then
and like
he's
to
like
himself,
hoping they play
soloing
around him.
things. Yeah, not really doing more for the team, but more so solo challenging and whatnot. But I mean, just seeing just the stat line here. I mean, Vancouver is a top three team at the moment, and so it's gonna be kind of hard to really mesh well when you got a brand new roster together that's scrimmed maybe a week long. So, and you know, obviously Pred, Arcides, Priesta, a very big mixed bag of talent coming in for Xnids. Um, Replacement roster here, so not too sure on what this might look like in the future. But as far as like stat lines go, I mean RCs and Priest are definitely struggling. Pred also struggling a little bit there, and then Xnid barely holding his own. So we got RCs dropping a .57, Priest a 6.2, or a .62, Pred a .81, and then Xnid a .98. But everyone on the side of Vancouver is positive. 04 having an absolute slammer fest here. 1.43 out of 04. Nasty having a
Sheesh.
1.53. Neptune 1.29 and Abuza 1.14. So definitely a slay heavy team out of Vancouver Surge and just coming out victorious. Definitely, you know, within the hard point, the search, and the control wasn't even close. So definitely a monumental victory there from Vancouver against the new Vegas Falcon roster.
Bungie in the chat.
That's Big Sponge. What's up, baby? What's
Yeah.
going to be it for that first matchup there? And then going into the second matchup, we've had the Minnesota Rokkr versus the Optic Texas. And this was a Map 5 Round 11
Yeah.
series here, going to the side of Optic Texas. Optic coming out hot on the Hardpoint Skyline. Minnesota Rokkr coming out even hotter on the Rewind Search and the Protocol Control, and then Optic Texas rounding things out there on the Protocol Hardpoint, and then winning it in a Map 5 Round 11 fashion, 6-5 on the Protocol Search and Destroy. What you want to speak about on this series here?
I just want to see that Skies Pistol finale
Ooh,
real quick.
which one was that?
Game 5, the very last little green.
All right,
Yeah.
let's watch it. Let's watch this Round 5 or Round 11.
Looking for the plant. RC car cut down.
That's crazy.
Oh, no!
RC cards will cost you.
It'll cost you
That's
big,
crazy.
especially in a round 11. Esri now trying to make it work, fighting forward towards the bomb site, and Hook. He repositions, they're playing for the kills. You are buying a little bit of time for Nero to attempt to make the play, but not a ton of time, and you get the bomb down. Rokkr are great when they have site control. They have not been good at breaking it. This is Optic's round to lose. Absolutely. All bases covered. You get one chance at this. The trades have got to be absolutely perfect. Playing off the advantages you can make. Rokkr through the threshold. Both corners covered. Damage in from Gio, the first man.
Get on.
The pinch is down. The kills are on. 2v2. Over to Hook. Sends it forward.
Oh my god!
Texas survived the round 11.
And Skies drops them all with the pistol.
Now over towards the bomb site. Hook
Big
once
Sky's
again.
going
show his damn-
crazy.
Yeah, he ran in that bitch too. I love it.
That is awesome.
The car kill though, what the hell?
Yeah, that was an insane kill there. Hook shooting the car, killing Kenny, but showing up as a team kill. Definitely not ideal at all. But looking at the stat line here, I mean, everyone on the side of Minnesota Rokkr negative except for Gio. He was holding his own with a 1.31 plus 26 spread. Holy shit. The best in the lobby. And then on the side of Optic Texas, everyone's kind of either red or green there. Barely positive there. Hook and Shotzi both dropping a 1.02. Dashy a 0.99 and Skies a 0.85. They coming out victorious in almost like a... they almost got Neslo'd a little bit there, but yeah, that's insane. So what I mean, dude, these matches were pretty close. Look at the skyline, 230 to 250 map 1, and then 207 to 250 on the map 4. Search was pretty close, 6 to 4, map 2, and then the control protocol player wasn't as close. The 3-1 victory going to Rokkr. So yeah, this could have went two different ways. I don't know if that team kill could have made it a little bit different. What are your thoughts there? I mean, who do you think would have? Man, that could have been a coin flip, honestly, man, if they didn't get that team kill.
Yeah, I feel like because I know that was it Shotzi that got picked after watching that or something. So like maybe if either way he was dead to Kenny if Kenny didn't die dropping down spiral, but I still think that yeah, I mean it was a coin flip after that anyways, so I don't know, bro. That was crazy. I'm glad it fell on Optic's side.
Yeah, I mean, definitely with this series here, this being the first series of Kenny versus Optic, so definitely a fire series to watch for sure, and it definitely was entertaining. Went all the way to a map 5 round 11. Couldn't write it any better in the script.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. All right, well, that's going to be this episode, or that's this series here. Then going into the last series of Friday night was the FaZe versus the Ultra, and this also went to a map 5. And this was a 3-2 victory for the Toronto Ultra, surprisingly. Ultra coming out hot on the Vault Hardpoint, and then FaZe answering back on the Hacienda Search, and then the Control and Protocol. Toronto evening things out there on map 4, Hacienda Hardpoint, and then in a 6-3 fashion on the Protocol Search and Destroy, Toronto coming out victorious. Anything you want to speak about on this series here?
Definitely top 4. FaZe definitely S tier, but yeah, Ultra's looking crazy. I mean, it could have been a 3-0 to FaZe if they just clutched up in the last rounds of each game 2 and 3. I mean, shooting, Celium was going crazy, but yeah, the teamwork. I mean, Ultra is really like, I knew Beans was good, but like given the teamwork and then Joe Deceives, absolutely. The KD, maybe not so much in this series, but Joe, Kleenex, it's crazy duo.
Yeah. Yeah, and just looking at the stat line across the board, I mean, FaZe, everyone's positive except for Simp. He dropped a 0.83, and then Draza 1.08, Celium a 1.23, and Abizi 1.02, and then everyone on the side of Toronto pretty much almost positive. Beans with a 1.01, Kleenex a 0.92, Insight 0.96, and Joe Deceives a 1.01. So definitely a very even matched series here, and it just landed the way of Toronto Ultra, or Toronto Ultra. But on that map 1, if FaZe would have been able to win one or two more hills, definitely would have been a 3-0 victory there. But nonetheless, definitely a very, very, very close series. Map 2 went to the distance round 11. Went all 5 rounds of control. Literally a 44 point difference on the damn map 4, and then I guess the search and destroy kind of went to the way of the momentum after that. So Definitely a crazy series there, but nonetheless, definitely a great one to watch as well. And then that went to the side of Toronto Ultra. That's going to be it
It
there
was a good.
for. Go ahead.
It was a good weekend of matches.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But going in there, that's going to be it for the Friday night. And then going into the Saturday night, we had the Vegas Falcons versus the Miami Heretics, and this went the distance to a map 5 in a 3-2 fashion going to the side of Miami Heretics. Vegas Falcons coming out hot on the hardpoint Skyline, and then Miami answering back on 2 and 3. Vegas rounding things out there on the Hacienda hardpoint, and then in a 6-2 fashion, search and destroy Hacienda. Miami coming out victorious. What do you want to speak about on this series here?
Was this the first hardpoint win for Falcons?
Yep, this was the first 2 back-to-back hardpoint wins here, breaking their losing streak in hardpoint on this series here. Absolutely,
That's
W
crazy.
Falcons.
But yeah, nah, I was really hoping they would bring it back in the search just to win the series and say they did it with the new team. But yeah, even with Super in there, I mean, he was going fucking nuts.
Yeah, he dropped a 1.35 for the series here with the plus 24 spread. Riel right behind him with a 1.16, and then Metals dropping a 0.89, and then Rencor dropping a 0.90. So this would have been a pretty close. This was definitely a very close series here, and this definitely could have been Vegas's series if they were able to win that map 2 round 11. Definitely went a crazy dealership search and destroy. If they would have won that, that would have been a 3-1 victory, damn near for Vegas. But they weren't able to clutch up there. Then they dropped to the control 3-0. Came back on the hard point Hacienda, and then just fell flat on the map 5 Hacienda search in a 6-2 fashion. So definitely looking very promising here, and they're getting very close to their first series dub. But it's just going to take maybe 1 or 2 more reps from a lower tier team to get that dub secured.
Do you think that dealership being new is why they got so far in that second search or the first search?
Definitely an option, because I know they probably weren't scrimming as much search and destroy, and definitely not dealership to say the least. I know it's usually been a hard point, maybe control, and some search. So definitely probably that map was probably a coin flip for sure, and it definitely looked like that.
They wanted that shit.
Absolutely. Okay, well, that's going to be it for this series here. And then going into the second series, we've got the LAG versus the Carolina Royal Ravens, and this was a 3-1 victory going to the side of Carolina Royal Ravens. They took home the hard point on Protocol, the search and destroy on red card, LAG taking the Hacienda control in a 3-0 fashion, and then in a 146-250 red card hard point, Carolina coming out victorious. What do you want to speak about on this series here?
Yeah, I was looking to see how it was going to be with Fellow and O'Johnny, but yeah, Johnny. Yeah, Johnny was shooting, but yeah, I mean, the teamwork of Carolina, even with the shattered mental of Vivid knowing his team didn't want him and doesn't want him. No, I'm just kidding. They're all right. But yeah, so it's interesting to see that they still played really well, but it is LAG, so take it as, grain of salt maybe.
Yeah, I mean, this was definitely a close series here. I mean, look at the map 1, it was a 7-point differential there, and then the map 2, 6-4 on the red card, and then a convincing win on the control Hacienda for LAG in a 3-0 fashion, and then the red card, they just fell absolutely flat there with the 146-250. So definitely a great series out of Carolina. The teamwork making the dream work there for Carolina, and then Johnny trying to prove himself coming out of challengers, dropping a 1.21 plus 14 spread, but everyone else on his team negative. We got Lunars at a 0.93, Kismet at a 0.92, and also Fellow at a 0.92. So yeah, it looks like Johnny was doing his thing there, but wasn't able to bring out the dub for the LAG boys there, and that's going to send them out of that series here. And then that's going to be,
dude, when Slasher's MVP that some shit just ain't
yeah,
fucking working on your team. So sorry, LAG.
LAG. I hate
You
to
can't
see
let
it.
Slasher get MVP on your shit, like
Nah,
in a qualifier.
Shit on. All right, well, it's going to be that series. And then going into the next series of Saturday night, we had the Optic Texas versus the Cloud9 New York. And this was a 3-0 victory for the Optic Texas here, coming out hot on the hardpoint Vault, Protocol, Search and Destroy, and the Hacienda Control in a 3-1 fashion. What do you want to speak about on this series here?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at
Yeah,
that.
first 3-0 in a while from Optic.
Fuck, dude. I thought
Absolutely.
Cloud9 was gonna play closer. Like I was telling Jordy at the pool. I was like, I think Cloud9 is gonna play pretty well, and Optics, they're figuring it out, so it'll be a good game to watch. And then 3-0, let me get it.
Yeah, that's insane. So, yeah, I mean, looking at the stat line here, we've got Cloud9. Everyone's dropping a 0.8. Sib dropped a 0.69. Not a great series out of him.
Damn.
Neg 20 spread, 44 and 64 for the series. And then on the opposite side there, the green wall with holy titties. Hoog dropping a 1.43, Dashy a 1.25, Shotzi a 1.22, and Skies a 1.06. The boys were frying this series in a very convincing manner as well. I mean, the vault 250 to 148, Search and Destroy was 6-3, and then a 1-3 on the control. So convincing win for Optic, and definitely looking great on the new roster here. Loving it. I'm loving it.
Love it, bro. Need it. We needed it.
Absolutely. Okay, well, that's going to be it for that series for the Optic boys. And then let's go into the final series for Saturday night, which was the Boston Breach versus the Toronto Ultra. And this was a 3-0 victory for the Boston Breach here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. A Skyline Hardpoint, Dealership, Search and Destroy, and a Vault Control 3-0. This one was a controversy and a half, but what you got to speak about on this series here, Mr. AMANE?
We learned what exit lag was. I had no idea. I thought I was pretty up to date on some shit, but that was interesting. But
yeah.
The map 3, they just forfeited, pulled the Optic from one of Scumpy's years, and yeah, interesting. I feel like, wasn't it, who did we, oh, it might have been when Cammy was on Rokkr, when they did that shit on, I forgot what map it was on MW2. But yeah, this was very interesting. It probably didn't feel like a win. It's just whatever for Boston, but that's free points.
Yeah, free points for Boston. And kind of get into some context here. We can go into what was said here. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
4 over, 5 over.
Is it, here we go, yep, right here. So, some context here. Joe Deceives reveals the league didn't believe Toronto when they told him they were experiencing issues, and he goes on the tweet, after all the bullshit we and other teams been through on online servers, we are not doing that shit again, and how bad we are rubber banding GG's Boston LAT next week. We brought it up to the league time and time again, and nothing ever changes. If anything, the responses get worse. This is hilarious. Had my own coach recording my POV from behind me, and they still don't believe us. Fucking hilarious. They have the integrity cams behind us all to see our POVs, and they don't do anything with it. It's just useless claiming behind us for fun. So he goes on to say something on stream as well. Let's go to a live listening real quick.
I'm not like doing it for like clicks or anything. It's one of those things, chat, that it's just happened so much to not even just us. It's not like it was only a Toronto issue, like I saw on the flank, where, bro, it's happened to everyone. I'm getting DMs from people, from coaches, from players, literally telling me like, bro, like, I've had some people tell me they wish they forfeited before, or like it's happened to them before, and blah blah blah, like just a bunch of shit, bro. It was the whole, yeah, it was. No, not the whole facility. It was just us, cause bro, Aroma's literally streaming fine. Nothing was going on with Aroma. It was the whole team, bro. It was a server thing. I've had people, I literally had Boston and FaZe tell me that they were lagging on the server yesterday when they were scrimming each other. Like, bro, why am I playing on that server then? Someone explain that to me, please, chat. I would love that. If teams are lagging on that server and we're telling them not to play that server before match day, this is literally a week before, we told them not to play that server, and they're just saying no. And I don't know, bro. And they said that we don't have proof, and we're literally showing them proof. They said we don't have, because usually you have like a second server in case something goes wrong, and then they just told us we don't have proof. And we also told them that, because obviously people are like talking about like exit lag, oh maybe it's exit lag. We told them we would change servers with no exit lag, right? We would do no exit lag and change the server, and they still said no, because we don't have proof. So they're making us play on a laggy server. But even when exit lag was off, we were still lagging. So not like all that bullshit. It was just.
Interesting stuff there. And then he also goes on to say something on the flank. So let's go into a live listening real quick as well.
Any other servers you guys have problems connecting to? That have...
Atlanta as well, same thing. Our ping spike. Chicago, which is why we use Exit like yesterday versus FaZe. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like, I don't know if the league has their own like server, because when we did it in the warm-up lobby, it's fine. Or not the warm-up. Sorry, when we scrim on it, it's fine. But then we go to like do like a warm-up lobby and like the actual match, and we're on 21 ping when usually we're on 15. So I don't know if that's like, I don't know what's going on there, but that was weird.
I think they have multiple. When I've seen like,
Yeah, it could have been that, like a different type of like Chicago server.
I've seen what
maybe.
the UI looks like when you switch servers, and it seems like there are at least 3 different categories of servers, and some of them overlap in the same locale. But I assume it's just different providers, different cloud hosting services.
Yeah, so even JP said, which is what we said. I swear the match servers are different than scrim servers, because I'm pretty sure he's right, because it is never, our pingers are never the exact same.
Well, there's like multiple of different servers. Like there's like a bad Atlanta server in ranked, or like a bad Dallas server in ranked, but there's also good ones. So
it seems like it seemed like it's worse with the CD.
Yeah, so for those who don't know what ExitGlad is, it is a gaming optimization tool, not a VPN, that uses AI to find the best connection routes for online games, aiming to reduce latency and improve connection stability. So this is looks like some sort of tool that the CDL's using here to try to optimize connections for their online matches and qualifiers. So I mean, guess kind of bouncing off of that, I mean, Mr. Monty, what are your initial thoughts and reactions to this?
Yeah, the fact that it uses AI is interesting. I mean, shit, I might look it up. Fuck it. I mean, I'm just playing ranked and shit. If I can get a better ping, because I always complain about mine being in the like 40, 41, and you're sitting over there at what?
Yeah, I don't even
Like,
know.
what's your ping at?
Mine?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm more central to the server, so I'm at 7 right now.
Yeah, 7. If I was playing on 7, bro, I'm at 40.
Yeah, no, definitely not ideal. I remember when I was there, in the Cold War days, I think my ping was probably like around 12.
That's so crazy, bro.
Something like that. I mean, it was in the teens. I remember that for sure. But I never got like a single digit until I moved to Bama. So
I'm gonna try it out though. But it's very interesting. And the league knows about it. It's being used. They must not have an issue with it.
Yeah, so that caused them to forfeit the control vault, which is why this was a 3-0 victory there on the control vault there. But yeah, not ideal there, and I hope that we could figure something out, because I know online COD is a big reason on the future for COD, obviously. So we'll see. All right, well, moving on here into the next series, which was the Sunday night, and this was the Boston Breach versus the Minnesota Rokkr, and this was a 3-2 victory going to the side of Minnesota Rokkr here. Minnesota taking out the map 1 Skyline Hardpoint, and then Boston Breach answering back on Rewind Search and the Hoskin into Control. Minnesota coming back there on the Red Card Hardpoint, and then on a map 5 round 11. Dealership Search and Destroy. The Minnesota Rokkr come out victorious here. What do you want to speak about on this series here?
I mean, Kenny was going through it this weekend.
Yeah, he was.
But yeah, definitely. I'm glad it went his way this time. Not playing Optic, just being a biased, supporter of Optic. But yeah, I mean, Gio was shooting all weekend. Nero, yeah, he's so up and down. I swear. Glad Kenny actually 1.26 when we saw that before.
Yeah, no, this was his best series in Black Ops 6. Was this series right here, dropping a 1.26 finally.
Nice to see.
Yeah, so it was definitely, obviously, the team probably had some internal vibes chalked, and it was just the pressure getting to them, all the negativity, blah blah blah. So glad to see that it wasn't a skill issue; it was just a mental issue. Hit the regain with some teammates that actually want to listen to him as a leadership role, and pretty much doing what he says. So the young guns looking up to Kenny there, and so I'm glad to see it. Glad to see it for sure. Yeah, but great series out of Kenny and Gio, both dropping a 1.2, Estriel a 0.8, and Nero a 0.92. And then everyone on the side of Boston Breach there, barely struggling there. Snoopy a 1.0, Cammy 1.0, Awakening with a 0.85, and Purge a 0.86. So Definitely a great series here, and towards the end of the series with the Hardpoint and Leadership, both great series and both maps to watch there. That round 11. Let's go into a live listening on that round 11. Rokkr Ice.
But that gets discovered, and it looks like Kenny's just going to clear it. Yep, and then they can play for the plan again.
Instantly going to put the bomb down, but this time, look at you have Kenny working on the defense. The contest is already going to be here, but the first one goes in favor of Geo.
Yeah, Striel hops off from the plant to just make sure he's got his gun up. It's a different stroke here for the defense of Boston, trying to play quickly, trying to play for the contest, catch Minnesota off guard, but now you've got to find a way to retake this 3v4, and this is all coming through middle. Kenny, opening shots are decent. Snoopy still waiting for a time to go. You've got Awakening who's going to be playing off.
Got one.
He finds the first. Kenny's backed off this angle. He's got help from Geo, though. First 2 kills are decent. Awakening last one. Left is shut down, and Minnesota will capture a series. And a map 5 round 11.
Yeah.
And Kenny's got a lot to be happy about after playing up against his most recent team. Now he gets a chance to tally a win.
Yeah, okay.
Mad as hell.
That's crazy. Rokkr goes to a round 11 map 5, both series this weekend, loses one and wins one. So if I'm actually concerned there that if they did not get that TK on the Optic series there, it probably would have been a different story. Probably would have been a 2-0 series for Minnesota Rokkr. All right, well, cool. Well, GG's for Minnesota Rokkr. They're winning that in a map 11, round 11 map 5 there. All right, let's go into the next series here, which was the Atlanta FaZe versus the Carolina Royal Ravens, and this was a 3-1 victory for the Atlanta FaZe. Carolina coming out hot on the hardpoint Skyline, and then FaZe just dominating the rest of the series here in a 6-0 protocol control, a 3-0 protocol. I'm sorry, a 6-0 protocol search, a 3-0 protocol control, and a 250 to 242 protocol hardpoint. What you want to speak about on this series here?
Damn. Yeah, they tried to bring it back on the map 4, but I mean, 8 points just mentally, the mental steam is gone, and you can't get those points. You know, like Gwinternet back in action. But yeah, I was surprised on that map 1 though. I was like, oh shit, you know. And then it started the 6-0, and then the 3-0. Bam, FaZe got momentum. You're done. Yeah,
no, that was definitely an insane series. Especially how hot Carolina came out on the map 1, and then just getting absolutely body bagged in the protocol search, and then the protocol control. I mean, they didn't win a single round. They got 12-0'd in 2 maps. And then the hardpoint protocol, they were down like 100 points, and they slowly but surely brought it all the way back, and then just could not clutch up there for that last 8 seconds on P1. So we can go into, let's actually go into a live listening to that last series there. Let's go in there. Let's see what we're looking
for. The map and Cell gonna be the man to close that door. Atlanta FaZe.
Whoa.
Get that final point. Don't ruin the call. They ruined the call.
They ruined the call. It's not over yet, and it will not end here either way. A single second for FaZe is all they need. One more break. Get a perfect one and dip a toe, boys, and the series is yours. Ravens, they are holding. Ravens, next man in Sim. Contest. Ravens are holding. Next man in Celium. Ravens are holding.
You got to get to P1 though, so someone's actually have to get out of the mix. You have to make sure that you are standing on the time when it pops in Atlanta FaZe. Do you want to try to late hit old just for the single second, or try to rotate towards new? They're going to try to rotate. They get the first 2 kills, but now 2 kills fall. You want a gunfight for time? Slasher clutches up. Look who's standing on new, and his teammates get the cutoff kills. 2 front.
Yeah, Drazo got a good Carolina. 2-piece right there.
Look at Slasher.
Buddy going through it. Oh man, yeah. Now Draw's got that 2-piece there at the end, which looks like they were trying to go for new here, and he gets Gwen and Tej on the rotation, and then Simps there to get that last second on P1 as it pops, and that's going to end the round and the series there, making it a 3-1 victory for Atlanta FaZe. So definitely a great series there to watch. Not a great one for the maps 2 and 3, but the hard points were definitely entertaining to watch for sure.
Beans was chirping at Draza during this, I think.
Was he? I didn't see that.
Something about exit lag for real.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, didn't he on the map 1 drop an absolute stinker? Yeah, he dropped a .55, 17 and 31.
Yeah,
on the
Beans
map
linked them up,
one.
said I got you.
Yeah, and then ended up with the best KD
Yeah.
in the lobby at the end with a plus 11. So he went from a neg 14 to positive 11 for the series. So he definitely came back and made it clap for sure. But a great series nonetheless there. I know the 2 and 3 weren't that entertaining, but 1 and 4 were definitely. Okay, well, cool. That's going to be that series there. And then going into the last series of the weekend, we had the LAT versus the Vancouver Surge, and this was a 3-0 DoorDash for Atlanta, or LA Thieves here. They played a hard point on the Skyline dealership, search and destroy, and a protocol control. What did you want to speak about on this series here?
Usually I always say this was expected, but I thought they were going to go game 5 on this one to end the weekend, low key.
Yeah.
I mean, these were doing their thing. I mean, Envoy popping off, Scrap doing his thing, keeping that 99 card. But I thought Neptune, he stayed even, but I thought 04, usually he's a Reaper for FaZe, and I don't know, at least another game or another map.
Yeah, this was definitely a great series out of Envoy. I know he was popping off left and right. And then Scrap and Hydra doing their thing as well. Ghosty not having a great series. He dropped a .82, neg 9 spread there. Envoy a 1.29, Scrap a 1.28, and Hydra a 1.15. And then everyone on the side of Vancouver is negative except for Neptune. He drops a 1.0, Nasty a 0.88, Abuza a 0.91, and 04 not having a great series. He went negative 15 with a 0.76 for the series. So, yeah, it wasn't a great series for Vancouver. Probably didn't wake up on the right side of the bed, or Exit Lag wasn't on their side there. But nonetheless, LA Thieves looking great, back on top again. So, all right, well, cool. Well, that's going to be it for the weekend matches there. So we can just jump right over to the qualifier standings for the week 1 Major 3, and it looks like we've got Optic back on top, ladies and gentlemen, in first place with 20 points, 2-0 with a 6-2 map win-loss. Optic Texas finally back on top there. Following behind them is LAT. Then they got Miami at 3rd, Boston's at 4th, FaZe is at 5th, Rokkr's at 6th, 7th is Carolina, 8th is Vancouver. Then 9th we have Toronto, 10th is LAG, C9 is at 11th, and at dead last, once again, Vegas Falcons.
Damn, Pred.
You hate to see it. So, yeah, looking promising there for Optic. They're back on top in the first seed for the split for Major 3. So it's exciting news there to see that. I know they're probably feeling really good now.
Way better. Appreciate you, Hugh. Appreciate you, Skies.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, well, jumping into some other news here, we've got Kenny on his getting his mind right after the win. So let's go into a live listen in real quick.
Like, you're trying to decide, like, what team do I want to go to? Like, what's that like? Talk me through it.
Well, I think once I was off Optic, there was really no indication that I was going to play for myself. I wanted to just take some time off, spend time with my family, because my family was coming in town for the Major. So sitting it out didn't feel too bad for me, because I got some time to reflect on my abysmal qualifiers, or just like stage 2. And, get my mind right, because I feel like that was the main thing, and just have fun with it. I feel like that was like one thing I kind of lost for a bit, is like having fun and competing. So I needed to get that drive back, get my mental right, and joining this team with some young guys. They're really fun to be around, so it feels good.
Seems to be a time like you're trying to decide like what team.
Cool words there from Kenny. Glad to see that he's back and feeling right, having fun with it again.
Wonder what he's gonna do with his car wrap.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably gonna change it back to the original paint job, or make it purple and blue. All right, well, next up we've got Paul X dropping down back in the Challengers, and it was not a ideal welcome for Paul X there. He mid-map, he was 1-16 on his first Challengers game back, and then ended the game 5-23 with 16 seconds on time. His teammates were Fame, Hixie, and a guy named Mock. So I don't know, dude. Jeez, I don't know what's going on with Paul X, dude.
He barely beat Zuma's record, dude.
Dude, barely beat Zuma's record, and there was no
season to spit-ons. What kind of crazy ass profile is this?
Yeah, apparently this is like this is like some sort of Call of Duty coverage page here, and they do all kinds of smaller content and challengers and CCL. So they're actually doing quite some great news here. So if you guys want to tune in to some underground COD, these are the ones to follow. All right, well, cool. Let's jump into some other news here. As far as college COD, if you guys are interested here, they know they had the nationals are going to be going on this next week for qualifiers, and the top 32 college teams here are going to be Fisher. I mean, all these teams here. I mean, nothing looks. Excuse me. But I mean, say the last. I mean, none of these colleges look familiar to me.
I don't. But why has each picture got someone's mouth open? Just
I don't know. I really don't know. That's crazy. That is crazy.
That's 05.
05?
That's 05.
Wow. Okay. So Texas A&M, Texas State. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's cool to see that we got some colleges going crazy in the esports world here for Call of Duty. I'll definitely be keeping an eye out on this as it grows as well.
Times change, bro. Look at that.
That shit crazy. All right, well, moving on into some other news here. Then we also have some banter on the TL here for Thieves streaming scrims. So there's a screenshot here of Optic, of Scrap saying Optic not streaming scrims. How disgraceful to the community scene, going to die within 3 months. And then someone goes on to say, sounds like a perfect opportunity for you to make some bans. He said, Scrap says, Nade said no. And then Crash Out Nade goes on to reply, I deadass might force y'all to stream scrims for putting this bullshit on the timeline. I'm going to sleep on it and let you know in the morning, Ernie. And then Scrap goes on to say, I just answered the guy's question with what you told us, Matt. And then Nate shot the Crash Out. Holy shit, I respect the double down. So who knows? They might be streaming scrims now.
I hope so.
Yeah, that'd be some good mid-season or mid-week content to watch as well. And then on top of the scrim, we have Dashy on his thoughts. So let's go into live listening.
I mean, like,
Dashy.
guys, like we appreciate you guys watching the streams, but just start watching mine every now and then. You know what I mean? Like, I thought when I went live for the first time in a month that I would look at my viewership, and I thought it was glitch when I saw 600. I refreshed it, and I realized that was reality. You know what I mean? I'm like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Do they appreciate me streaming? They don't. They don't give a fuck. They don't even know I'm live. You know what I mean? So I felt hurt, honestly. It's cool though. It's cool if y'all
just tap us in, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, but like I think people are also forgetting that we're the only source of you know what I mean, broadcasting this stream. You know what I mean? Because listen, we just turn it off. Y'all ain't watching the scrim. You feel me? So if I'm not gonna get we're not gonna get the viewers. We got to get some subs. You feel me? We got to get some bread. So we might have to start taxing some gifts. I'm thinking about 10 a map. I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, I was actually crying whenever you're like, I'm going fucking hard. One shot.
I'm going hard as fuck every day. I'm like thinking, oh my god, I'm blacking out. My pupil looks insane. One shot, nice. And I look, and I'm not reading chat because I don't want to spoil it. I'm like, I'm just trying to stay locked in, and I know I'm like, bet. Let me make sure to stay focused. I'm giving everything. Nice. And I look, nobody's watching.
No clips, nothing.
Nobody even knows the kid's live. And I'm like,
wait, what clips did you have on your stream?
I had 8 clips the whole stream. I streamed for 5 hours. I didn't even know it was possible. 8 clips? You're telling me? And I was beaming. I'm like, god damn, what the fuck? Ain't nobody clipping shit. I had to do my own clipping. I had to clip shit for myself.
I had to clip myself.
Oh my god. And then we have Scump's thoughts on Dashy's thoughts. So let's go into live listening real quick.
The frustrating thing for me about it, I'm just going to say this, is that, like, I mean, bro, I've been with Optic my whole career. I've done nothing but keep trying to push the needle forward. It's like, now that I'm watch partying scrims of my own team, it's literally my own team. It's like, it's whatever. It's whatever. I don't really want to get into it too much.
So it looks.
It's whatever.
Who knows?
He
Who
paid
knows?
his taxes.
He paid his taxes.
He paid his subs.
He gave him a 5 gifted. You know what I'm saying? That's funny. It's funny as hell. So a little bit of funny banter there for the screaming or the scrim streaming situation there. Holy tongue twister. Okay, well, cool. Well, jumping on into some other news, we've got some Warzone updates. So the Terminator skin will be nerfed in Warzone and Black Ops 6 in the upcoming update. The visibility will be improved on the skin. So for those who are tweaking about the Terminator skin being like the new Groot skin from back in the day, hard to see. I know it's definitely hard to see for me in my old 30-year-old eyes. So yeah. I'm glad to see this, but I do have the Terminator skin too, so I'm a little bit salty as well. I'm like, damn it.
I didn't buy it, and I've been getting shit on, so I'm sorry.
All good.
I'll
okay.
zip up and I'll just start running, and he's in the corner just knife me. I was like, motherfucker, I didn't even see you there, dude.
Damn. All right. Well, then also we have Raven says that they will increase the armor plate availability in Verdansk in an update for Warzone this week here. So they go on to say we've collected a massive amount of launch feedback and the team is already on it, including distribution of armor plates. More info to come next week. So if you guys are tweaking about the armor plates not being enough, there's going to be an update where there's going to be more out available.
I did notice that even in one game, I was like, where's the armor at?
Yeah, I'm like, where the fucking plates at, man? I got played up.
Seriously.
All right, well, then moving on here. And then we also have cross-play settings. Treyarch goes on to say that they're improving more granular options for console players with separate multiplayer rank play and Call of Duty Warzone rank play settings, and adding a new multiplayer-only setting for non-ranked matches. So they're able to then go on and turn off cross-play, have it on for console onlys, or just do strictly for the console that you're working on. So that's cool to see that they're implementing that into pubs now.
Yeah, y'all are good now.
Absolutely. All right, we're moving on here. Then also, in the past update that we had, apparently slide to prone was removed in the update. So if you guys are playing on hybrid, you're going to have to switch that over to slide only, or change the sprint to slide maintaining sprint, turn that off to if you're rocking the hybrid. So that's a little update there.
Damn, really? They took that out?
I think it's just a bug. I think they went on to say it was a bug.
Oh, that's
so.
right. That's
yeah.
Good.
Okay, and then if you guys are curious to know what classes are great for Verdansk, Scumps goes on to show his class setups here if you guys are curious.
Here's my kilo. Tiff, if you could just clip all of these and add them as commands, that would be great. All right, there's the kilo.
Kilo's really good.
Sub.
C9's really good too as a secondary sub.
My sub.
And
Smoke,
then
throwing knife, survivor, bomb squad, ghost. Yo, I might take off throwing knives though. I feel like you can. Here's the AMAX.
There's the AMAX build there.
Shit, yeah. Sub is the same. Classes are the same for all of them.
I'm sure that you guys were all worried
perks
about
are the same for all classes.
And you definitely knew that I left.
And here's the growl.
And all that.
I haven't used the growl though, so I don't know if this is going to be good. But if you want to,
I'm so excited that we're.
If you want to throw it on, you can.
I also heard that the AK-47 is also a great weapon as well to use. So those are the 4 that I would recommend. Zayn Blood 61, how we doing, baby? Appreciate you tuning in, my guy.
Hey, there
yeah. And then going into some other news here for Verdansk is, have you completed the Return to Verdansk event in Warzone and gotten the skin yet? So here's a rare event on what you can expect when you do complete it. So I think you got to open up so many safes around the map. And then, boom, pops up. Bunch of fireworks happen. Verdansk. And then you get a free skin with that. So that's exciting stuff there. So if you guys want to go ahead and try to unlock that, that'd be cool to see. That'd be cool to see.
Rare drop rate for a skin. That's okay.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Okay, well, moving on. Then we also have server locations for Black Ops 6 and Warzone 3. if you guys are any nerds here and want to see this, here's a screen grab of what the servers are looking like for the locations in Season 3. So we got an Atlanta server. That's cool. All right, good deal.
And they're everywhere, okay.
Yeah, they're everywhere now. All right, well, then moving on, then we also have Skies and Dashy discussing top 5 snakers in the league. So let's go into a live listening real quick.
Like the top 5 snakers, all like in the league right now, or like it's actually 6, but like
Guys has the best room.
5. It's
Yeah, he
those
does.
3, he Cell draws. There's no order, by the way. It's probably Cell 1, but like it depends on which COD. But you're probably 1 in MW2, and then Dan. So that's the top 5.
Dan.
And then you know who else is pumping?
Who?
Bro, Geo is pumping, bro.
Nah, he has like
the
slow one
quantity.
pumps. He has
but
low.
he's just doing it the most. Like I feel like his quality's not there. He has quantity. Just like fucking
Yeah.
ripping every time he has the chance to do it, he just does it. Talking
Actually,
to Dan about
humble.
this, like the top 5 sneakers.
That's fucking hilarious.
He just does it.
All right, then moving on here, then we also have Dashy telling some funny stories about Illy. So let's go to a live listening real quick.
This is one of the funniest. Wait. This is no bullshit. One of
What
the
happened?
funniest stories I've ever been a part of. It's game 5. We're in losers round 2.
Oh,
Major 2 and Vanguard. We're playing Thieves, banger series, where it's 3-3. It's a fucking important ass round, right? It's a 3v3. It's a 4v3 mid round. There's 40 seconds left. We've been grinding out the round. We got a blood on offense. We're just working the map a little bit. And then randomly Ender screams loud as fuck. I've never heard his voice get this loud. Go, let's go, B. And I'm like, I'm top window. I remember I was like, I guess we're going B. I'm pissed out, starting to go B. He's like, no, go away. And I'm like, what the fuck? He was like, and then after like I talked to him, I'm like, why'd you do that? He's like, oh no, that was just if they could hear me, just to like fuck with him a little bit. I'm like, nobody's hearing that, gang. We're on main stage.
They all heard a mumble.
Yeah. All he hears from the white noise. He's like, let's go B. And I swear to God, NPC just like, we're going B. This is the most. We have to bang B.
Did you guys win the round?
Yeah, we did. Thank God.
We actually did.
I'm like, oh my.
Ender was a genius,
bro. And I was like, if there's him, bro. They probably thought we were all B. We looked at the VOD. They didn't even react. They didn't even know what the fuck's going on. We're like, okay, bro. Dude, I swear to God, that was funny as fuck.
I can only imagine. Imagine if you were there live and you hear that. Dude, that would be hilarious.
Screaming, let's go, man. He was off that, yeah.
He was off that yak. Oh, man. All right. Well, then moving on here into some other news. We also have Nintendo going on to say that Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders will not start on April 9 in the U.S. anymore due to the tariffs. Pre-orders in the U.S. will not start on the 9th. Pre-order to assess the potential impact on tariffs to evolving market conditions. Nintendo will update timing at a later date. The launch date of June 5th, 2025 has not been changed yet. So June 5th, 2025, Nintendo Switch 2 will be dropping for those who are Nintendo nerds. And then
for Pokemon.
On top of that, Switch 2 will feature the new GameCube game additions to the Nintendo Switch Online Classics. A retro GameCube controller will also be available to play on the Switch 2. So if you guys are looking to get some backwards compatibility going on, GameCube is now going to be implemented into the Switch 2.
Yeah, they got Pokemon Gale of Darkness coming back, and the GameCube controller. Clayton knows about the GameCube. That motherfucker, so we put hours on the 64, but I remember Clayton on the GameCube. That was a thing.
I remember when the GameCube came out. It was like 2004, 5 around there. And we got it. I was so hyped. I was like, what is this? And the first game, I think the only game that we really played on it, because it had like the super small discs that were like the size of like a $50 damn near. And it was Mario. It was like some weird
Super Mario Sunshine?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Super Mario Sunshine with like the ink blocks and dude, oh my god,
Dude, my shit was Prince of Persia. I played the fuck out of that game on the GameCube.
Dude, I've got
that
to
was
go
like
back
before
and watch
Assassin's
that.
Creed was Assassin's Creed. There was Prince of Persia.
Dude, I've got to go back and play that. That's gonna be so much nostalgia.
Resident Evil, I feel like that's what Clayton was on. I feel like he was on that Resident Evil.
Resident Evil. Okay.
Yeah.
And then also, gonna be releasing June 5th, and will support up to 120 frames, 4K and HDR. So that's actually really cool to see there. Okay. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff there. All right, and then moving into the last news here, we got FaZe Kason confirming that a FaZe/Native partnership that fell through due to Envy Native merger, and attributes to why it took so long to announce the FaZe Halo team. So let's go into a live listening real quick here.
FaZe Halo took a while to announce.
Yeah.
So we were actually originally gonna do a partnership with Native Gaming for the Halo team.
Okay.
And then things just didn't end up working out. They ended up doing a merger with Envy.
With Envy, yeah.
And it just didn't really make sense for FaZe. And so that's why it took so long to put it together. But like the guy, Dean, his name's Dean at Native, the nicest guy I've ever met in my life. Like, like we were excited to do it with him.
Yeah.
And at that point, it just didn't really make sense.
Yeah.
So that's why it took so long to announce the FaZe team. But we have a pretty good roster. I think we could steal some events, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
FaZe Halo.
Okay. So yeah, we got some crazy stuff coming from Kason. I know he's about to try to do a Anaheim event next year for Call of Duty as well. So he's got some stuff cooking up in the kitchen for FaZe as well. So I'm excited to see what that looks like in the future here for Halo and for Call of Duty with FaZe.
FaZe Native could have been a thing instead of Envy and Native. Interesting.
Yeah.
They must have really wanted to work with Astro.
Yeah, I guess so. That's crazy. All right. Well, I mean, that's all of the topics we had to discuss here for the first week of Season 3 and Major 3. But I mean, any closing thoughts before we jump into the outro?
I mean, episode 66, I feel like we'll be in the 70s by the time DreamHack comes around for the Major we'll be at. Missed Big Bam on this episode. He's probably snoozing, just like in the vlog, if you want to go take a look and see what that looks like. Hopefully he's catching up, because I'm jealous, that's all. But yeah, no, good episode. We got some more than I thought to talk about, bro, to be honest. But yeah, it's constant Call of Duty. There's no breaks anymore. It's all the way to EWC, I believe.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great couple of months of Call of Duty. I can't wait.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, that's going to be it for this episode here, episode 66. I really appreciate you guys all tuning in, listening, watching, wherever you guys are, Apple Music, Spotify, or here on YouTube, or live on Twitch as well. But Mr. AMANE, thank you very much for joining in, tuning in, all things that you do on and off the screen. You are an absolute maniac and a goat. We wouldn't be able to do anything without you, my man. For real.
Hey,
for real.
You too. The co-host with the most, Big Bob.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that's going to be it for this episode here. Really appreciate you guys all tuning in. We were going to wrap up here and get everything uploaded for you guys here on Monday to keep things off there on the streams. But yeah, man, that's going to be a fire episode here. Appreciate you guys all tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of the BCP. Peace. Yeah.